Okay, so here we are a couple of years later, and we had a bit of an unfortunate incident here with this trailer. So one of the tires was so bad, actually it was the rim that started leaking out right on the side. So I had this whole trailer loaded full of scaffolding on the highway, and all of a sudden I saw this big cloud of smoke behind me. So what happened is the tire blew, and then the other tire rubbed against the side wall, and after like 3 or 4 hours and twice back to Canadian Tire, we finally managed to get new rims and new tires, but they're a little bit bigger. Here's one of the old tires, and you can see it really chewed up the side. This is a good tire, by the way. The other tire was even worse. And so anyway, so I had to take a chainsaw and cut out the side just so I was able to keep driving with the trailer. And I knew it was kind of getting to the point where it needed to be replaced. Like, a lot of the stuff here was pretty wobbly, and some of the boards were getting loose and rotten. So I didn't care that I had to cut it up with a chainsaw. It looks like my Franken trailer. So anyway, so I decided I'm gonna rebuild this, and I'm gonna rip off all the wood and all the lights and everything. I already disconnected the gate that I made, and what I want to do is take some metal and actually extend it out past the tires and then back 2 feet beyond, just because it works out better to load the tractor if it's 2 feet longer in the back. And then the other thing too is I find that with this storage box here, the jack is really close, so if I want to do it, I can almost kind of jam up my fingers in here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll move the front wall back about 8 inches or so, create a new box, and one that's a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, so I can put all my straps and everything in it. So that's what I'm going to try to do, see how it's going to go today. I don't think it'll be super hard, but again, who knows what I'm going to find once I take this wood off. Just taking this box off here.
I'm sorry you had to take it off. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is what we got here. It's a pretty solid frame, 3x3 by probably 3/16 thickness here. You can see the holes are cut out there. And some, looks like 2" by 2" angle iron in between. So I'm gonna clean up the rust a bit and then extend it over on the outside and to the back, and maybe scrub it down and give it a real nice good coat of paint. So the reason why I turned it upside down is because these bolts here are sticking out a bit at the bottom, and they're really close to the ground, and you can see I hit the ground and I bent them, so I just want to cut them off with an angle grinder. And the other thing is I temporarily fixed this one. There's the torsion bar. This one here is actually wiggling. I think it's broken off in there somewhere, so I just want to have a good look at it and weld it back together, and then check out the rest of the underside of it, maybe paint it, and then I'll flip it back to where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that worked pretty good. I'm going to zoom out. The problem was that I couldn't really get in here with any sort of proper tool, with any wire brush or anything, so I used a sandblaster and sandblasted the edges. Now I can't really see because it's so bright out here, but I'm thinking it's not focusing properly. So anyways, so all the white stuff here, the gray stuff, is the bare metal. So now I'm going to be able to put a piece of metal across and just weld the pipe back over here, just right there. So that should do. I just don't want it to do this the whole time while I'm driving the trailer. Alright, so this part is done. I'll have enough support for the width, and I'm going to put an angle iron this way and then over there and join it to that one. And I'm going to start there and go over and back in, and then the same thing back here. I'm going to have to lengthen it by 2 or 2.5 feet, and then I'm going to do the same thing, an angle iron this way and then over, then across, and then back like this and like that. So this is getting there, and I'm gonna have to wait till Monday to get some more metal because it's closed today, unfortunately. Okay, so the basic frame is done. I extended the front by about 6 inches, and then the sides by a little bit under a foot on each side. And then I added a 2-inch piece around the wheel well there, so I'm still going to have to weld that all the way around. And in the back, the deck was actually overhanging to about here, so this is only adding about maybe 14 or 16 inches. So in total it'll be about 15 feet, a little bit longer, and about 5.5 feet wide, and that should fit my little tractor much better. And if I ever want to bring the 6x6 home with me, that one's almost 6 feet wide, so that'll fit much better on there. Here I cut this piece. It's 22.5 degrees, and if I mark it twice, it'll be a perfect 45-degree angle. So I just finished welding 2 extra brackets to the left and the right hand side of that beam. You can see I pre-drilled them all. So then once I put the boards, I measured it. This is the 12-foot mark, and my boards are 12 feet long. So I'll be able to run one board here and screw it from the bottom, and then have another 2.5 foot or 3-foot piece or whatever it is to the end, or the beginning I should say, and then screw it down. So now what I need to do is drill holes in this, and then drill holes in this one all the way along, and that one over there, the little piece, and then in the very back, along the back as well. And then I should be able to flip this upside down and start painting it. Any video because I ended up having to do in the middle of the night. I had the tractor lights hooked up and kind of give a crude paint job. It's rust paint, and I didn't really do a lot of prep work. It's just a trailer, but it definitely looks a lot nicer now that it's done. And I installed the proper trailer lights in the back there as well. These are submersible ones, and I ran the wires in this 3x3 piece of metal that goes all the way to the top, and then it comes out, you can kind of see it over there a little bit, and to the middle, and then up to the connector. So right now I'm working on the boards, and these are rough cut boards, 2x10s that I cut with my lumber mill that I built. There's a whole bunch more over there, so I have quite a bit of wood left over. Would have cost over $500 just to get the wood at the hardware store. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some copper green wood preservative, and once I have the boards all fit properly, I'm going to paint the top and the bottom and the edge, the butt ends real well with that copper green wood preservative, and that should keep it from rotting for a couple extra years. And then when it rots in a few years, maybe 5-6 years, I'll just rip it all off, and I got lots of trees to cut up, and I'll cut me a bunch of new boards. So that's where I'm at. It's turning out all right, and this is going to be really nice when it's done. Okay, so I got the deck all done. I haven't screwed it down or anything yet, because the next step is going to be to use the copper green and do the wood preservative on this. And I have some little gaps in between, but it's just a utility trailer, it doesn't really matter. So there we go. All right, so here it is. The top side is sprayed, and I'm gonna get ready to flip it around and do the underside and the edges, and then flip it around again and reinstall it. I think what I might end up having to do or wanting to do is just kind of paint it with the same color I painted the siding of the cabin. So there we go. That's what it looks like so far. All right, so the trailer is done, except for the ugly green. That's definitely gonna need to change, but at least it'll prevent the rotting of the boards because they're not pressure treated. But now they're definitely much more resistant to mold and bugs and mildew. And so yeah, this turned out really nice. I'm very happy, and it's rock solid. So if I go and jump up, like it's solid. There. And if I go back down, so what I ended up doing is I put the screws under here. I had pre-drilled all the holes, and then in the back where I have a couple of joins right there, you can see all the screws in there. And what I did is under here I took another board, there you can see it, just across, that I screwed the boards into, so that one doesn't move up and down. There we go. So finally this thing is done. Okay, so here's the update in a little better light. I added the piece of metal around the outside here. You can see like this. It's 2 inches by 1/4 inch. And now I want to do the same thing for the front. So I took the piece of 2 inch by 1/4 inch, and I welded some 1.5 by 1.5 by 100,000th wall thickness, because the 1.25 by 1.25 square tube will go right in here and slide in. So I have 2 more of those to do, one at the front and one over there, and I'll weld them together and weld them against the trailer, and then I can start working on the side walls. Right now I got it set up to do the next one, and so I just clamped the little pieces there, and I used a square just to make sure they're nice and square. It'll make it easier to fit the sidewall into these square pieces there. And so I'll weld those up, and I got one more to do at the bottom here, and then I can weld those 3 together over there. Okay, so here is the finished trailer. I got all the wood painted and all the metal painted. I got the front tie-down strips done, and at a later time, maybe sometime next year, I'll build removable walls that I can stick into these little holes there. But I don't need it for the winter, so I think I'll deal with that next year. So it turned out really nice. This looks way different than before. It's maybe a little hard to see because half of it is in the shadow and half of it is in the sun, but I'm very pleased with how this turned out.